Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity. I don't even know where to begin this because I have a lot to say from my heart about this. I followed your career very closely because that was my phase of growing up. So I've literally seen your debut series. I've seen you play for Kings 11 Punjab, KTK. Bro, we used to root for you.
Oh, thank
Honestly,
you.
like
I used to bowl fast, yeah. Thank you.
it was just very good to see that level of passion in someone who was playing for the country. It wasn't just Kerala that was cheering for you.
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you.
Okay, and before I say whatever else I'm going to say and before I ask you questions, I just want to definitely say that I hope you in your heart and knowing you through the time I've spent with you, I think you have healed a lot.
Absolutely.
I don't like what life did to you in that phase, and sometimes you can't question the universe's will.
I am somebody who's, if it has happened, it's for good or maybe a greater things. So
It was not nice to see that happen to S. Sreesanth.
surely.
From the outside, as a viewer, as a fan, even when this whole thing got announced, that whole RR controversy and all, when your name got associated, I remember this very clearly. We had all these cricket groups on WhatsApp. Everyone's like, "Nee, Sreesanth, we highly doubt, is involved in this in any way." Because people knew your character.
The best answer to this will be like something which now, if you had asked me this is maybe 9 years before or 8 years before, I would have started getting in a different zone altogether. But now I've got into that phase where, again, I have to quote my dad. Because my dad always says, see, tough times will come, right? So I don't blame, So one of my very close cousin or friends, I can say, he said, "Arey, tujhe kaun paisa dega? Tu to वैसे भी run deta hai." That's how he was more. That's a kind of. So I said, they run deta hai, but yeah, your economy is. I said, bro, I run in and I go for wickets, not saving runs. So if you're looking at saving runs, I'm not the bowler. I go to run in hard and give my very best and try and get wickets. Even that over, which so-called controversial over, if I start explaining, it will be very clear to the world. In fact, the so-called scenario they put me on the accusation was it took me 2.5 years to get a clean sheet. And after I got the clean sheet, I had to fight against BCCI for 4 years, which no cricketer has done ever before. I had to literally bring the best of the best people. The case was for 10 lakhs or something. And I had to literally, I don't want to take the money out, but then crores and crores of rupees were spent on lawyers and moving around just to be back on the field when the whole world is against you. Very few people were there, the close ones, and like the way you said it, few people who messaged me, and there were occasions where they even said, I don't even know him. So from that phase to even sitting here in TRS, I'm really grateful. I'm very proud. And genuinely, what I meant to say is your growth is brilliant. So everybody goes through that phase, and if you really want me to specifically say about that over, I told you I'm more like Vipa. I don't like to go back. I always think ahead, but because this is a platform where I can, something which I said in one of those very old interviews, the accusation was for 14 plus runs in 1 over. If you follow cricket, my first 4 balls went for 5 runs. There was not a single no ball. There was not a single wide. Not even an attempt to give runs. If it is so-called fixed, who was on strike? Gilchrist and Sean Marsh. And the boundary which he hit was on the rise. And that too, I was coming after by 12 surgeries. I have, right, even now, I have got rods on both my big toes. And I know my dad said, if you start explaining, then you don't need to explain. I'm just making sure, people know what I went through and what exactly the case is. Even there were channels I can sue. The channel showed a no ball which I bowled maybe 3 or 4 games before that. And they showed the close-up saying that Sri bowled a no ball, which is completely, how do I say, if somebody wants to pinpoint certain things and destroy somebody, I don't know why I was made that, but then all I can say is...
You were made that because media loves watching a hero fall.
Yeah, but media forget the fact that like your tattoo, I'm a phoenix bird. I fell, but I never believed in staying down. I waited patiently. You asked me about cricket. I think something which I really developed was patience. So something like uh, everybody doubts you. You don't start explaining things. Take your time. Okay, where did I go wrong? Did I go wrong? No. Now, whom should I prove? Nobody but you. Okay. Only you? No. Your mom, dad, who believes in you. Only? No. Your dear ones, your brother, your sisters, my nephews, my niece were uh, literally abused. In temples, they were not allowing my parents to come. Whom should I prove it for? Literally, even including you, as you said in the WhatsApp group, I had to prove it not just for me. I had to prove it to the entire world who had doubted me or believed in me. So it took me 2.5 years. And getting back, sorry, yeah. And the overs was only 13 runs. So there is no case. There is no accusation. If it is not 14 plus runs, and if you are only given 13 runs, there is no case. And it happened on 9th May, and I was picked up on 16th May morning. Why? My question is why? My question is who is there who wanted so badly that. And the worst part I should say is that when I saw my mum, dad, and that too, I was in Delhi cell, bro. Delhi cell was the terrorist ward. After winning 2 World Cups and being who you are, I'm just trying my very best not to cry or not get emotional because my kids are watching and I wanted to be as brave as possible because I genuinely don't believe in sympathy. I just want to make it very clear. I want to be an inspirational figure than a sympathetic figure. I'm just saying it, making sure again that this is going to be the last time I'm going to talk about it. Maybe you might see it in some series or maybe in later, but I will never talk about it ever. So one thing I want to say is very clear is that made that person who I am. And my parents, my dad had a severe attack. My mom lost her left leg. My knee. So many things happened across my family. But the best part was nobody told me anything, And the worst part is I couldn't show a single. How do I say? I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even show that I am going through in front of anybody because I had to put that strong face in the house. But I am so grateful that there were so many people who actually came home the day I came out of the hell. I went to Sabrimala. In fact, you speak about manifestation. Even when I was in jail, I used something called Neuro Linguistic Program, NLP, where I just saw myself going to Sabrimala. And Sabrimala is one god, Swami Sharanam, I keep saying, one god where if you're truthful, he will be there for you. And nothing will stop you. That's why I kept saying when God is with you, nobody can be against you. In fact, on 45th day after my arrest or whatever, I went to the Sabrimala because I visualized it. I had that belief. I went to Sabrimala, I came back. I told my mom and dad, don't worry. What if there is no cricket? God's been kind, thanks to you all. I got singing, I got dancing. I'll do something, don't worry. But I need to prove myself. So that my dad said, Sri, you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to prove anything. You are the fourth kid in the family and I will take care of you. You don't need to prove, you don't need to earn. Just be home. They were so scared. They were, obviously, there are so many things going through the mind. There are so many things written in media. So they were in that zone where maybe I'll run away. Maybe I might end up being in the wrong side. Or maybe I'll take some tough decisions. They were even scared of sending me out of the house. But for some reason, maybe that God or somebody deep inside me kept on telling me that don't you give up. Maybe the angel, my 2 angels, which was unborn, were praying then because I believe in all that. So I'm just grateful that, the only thing was I had this thing that when my daughter was born, my case got over. When my son was born, and my daughter started going to school, that's when my ban got lifted. When then happened and I couldn't play, so then I had 2 more years of a lot of hard training to make sure I'm fit again. So the only thing which I was looking forward was when they Google me, it should be good things and inspirational things rather than a sad story. So that's something which I always believe that I can and I will, because imagine a person with so much power and after winning 2 World Cups going through this. That means anything can happen to anybody in seconds. So I just wanted to, that's why even I'm telling this story, because that didn't stop me. Yes, it put doubts in me. I had a lot of deep, bad thoughts. I was full of rage. But then ruled that survivable phase with something which I told you earlier. I think that is only because of, I think the right word is my angels, man. My angels protected me. My wife, I'm so grateful to her, Bhuneshwari, Nainji, I call her, that they stood by me. The complete Shekhawat family stood by me. When everybody was disrespecting me and doubting me, they came. In fact, Bharat jata hai unke udhar. In fact, Bharat came to Kochi. Got married when I won bail. Who gets married on bail? Nobody. No family, no father is going to allow her daughter to get married to a person. Apparently, the way they were calling me in media channels was Deshdrohi. So I had to prove it. There were so many media who said I confess. I never confessed. Just let me be very clear, because there was no confession. I fought against it. I always kept writing refusal to sign. I don't know why the media was showing it. The moment I came out, the rage was that I wanted to, go against every media and say. But I don't know, man. I'm a huge Shiv slave from the time I was born. So in Tihar also, there was this Shivji ka Murti. Gopal Gandhi sir was there, and sir said, just keep doing Dhyan. Something which my grandmother used to make me do when I was a kid. I just got close to God again. I just said, I will go to Shabrimala, and I started doing chants. I started Shivam Shivakaram Shandam Shivatmanam Shivottamam Shivamarga. I will end up crying now. So Shivamarga Pranadaram Pranadosmi Sadashivam. So I just kept on saying it, and God's been kind there. I am so grateful that I didn't give up. That's something which I want to tell the world, that life is beautiful here. Life is a beautiful journey. Even when you ask about Bajipa or even this incident, something which should never happen to anybody. Thanks to Kerala Cricket Association. Thank you very much to every individual, and especially to, how do I say, the selectors who was there, who gave me an opportunity. And Sanju was the captain, Sachin Baby, Tinu Yohanan was the coach. Ramji sir, MRF Ramji sir used to send me training schedules to keep myself fit, even when I was banned, I used to be in touch. I used to say, sir, kabhi bhi mera, I'll play, sir, I'll play. So he had the immense belief. He didn't need to give me advanced training, because I wanted to be up to date when it comes to training. And he kept on sending me, and all that motivated me, man. And I can't say thanks to but genuinely thanks to I got the 2 years where I could get fitter, better, and be ready for that opportunity. And I'm proud to say, when I got that opportunity for Kerala, 8 years later I get to play, and 8th ball I got the wicket in Wankhede Stadium for Kerala. And I cried when I got that wicket. I was like, oh my God. It was like as if I got my first World Cup. Yeah, it was huge for me. And I remember hugging Sanju and literally crying, and Sachin Baby was there. Team was, even when I got the Kerala cap, I was crying. I was like, it was huge moments for me.
Fan opinion?
Yes, please.
We're all proud of
it. And thank you very much. Till now I have not cried. I don't want to cry again.
And it's okay if you do, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, because it's like this. The other day I was watching this flick, and it says even one tear is equal to millions of dreams. So it should be very valuable.
When we were sitting outside, I was internally very, very glad that you're in my house.
Okay, thank you.
Because definitely there's a cricket fan in me that's seen you play, but as a media person, I understand, I have an idea at least of what you went through in terms of brand image. And I can't tell you the level of respect I have for you for going through like what
Thank
you
you.
went
Thank
through.
you.
And
That's, yep.
go on, bhai.
No. That's something when I don't know that I should be quoting, but even the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, I was fortunate that I got a seat for assembly, and I had my father-in-law and my wife and all pushed me, and I had stood elections in Kerala in 2016. So I remember Modi ji came to the stage, and obviously during the election campaigning, he said something on this regard. He said, I have immense respect for Sreesanth, and you need a leader like him because he's not run away from his responsibility, and he fought his battle, not running away. And that's something I'm so proud of. So thank you, yaar. I mean, you just reminded me, and thanks to Modi ji also, because even thanks to everybody. In fact, Shashi Tharoor sir is the first person who actually told in media the third day from the incident that I don't believe Sreesanth is capable of doing it, because I know him personally, and he's somebody who runs in hard and gives his best. So thank you for reminding.
Now there's reels made about you where there are lines like, if this guy had got those years, we would have seen the monster that we couldn't
Played
see.
under Virat, and
Yeah, right. That's the dream that you should have been a part of Kohli's test team.
I had told if I had got to play under Virat, I would have won a couple more World Cups.
Oof.
I had told, and a lot of people said, "Did you mean it?" I said, "Yes, absolutely. I meant it," because he's that person who would have given me, I think, more freedom. Dhoni bhai used to give me freedom, but he used to control me. It was good, but then in some way I felt when I saw Virat the way he was leading, he's more of that scorpion brother. So I think, we would have made a. I don't know. Never know. In future, let him score all those hundreds and break all the records, and maybe when he plays Legends, so some tournament somewhere in future, maybe, or maybe some exhibition match, I might end up playing with him. Let's see. It will be good.
You followed cricket properly in those years?
Honest truth, 3 years, I just stayed away, man.
Didn't watch a match.
Just stayed away. I stayed away because of one simple reason. I kept on asking why me. If you're at fault, I would have never asked. But I knew a lot of things inside, and I was like, all these are fine. Why me? So there is so much of conspiracy behind that also.
Can I say something as a fan? This is not a reflection of what Sreesanth is saying, and he's not told me to say this before. This is just fan opinion. I think you were scapegoated.
To a next level, bro. To a next level, because I think somebody in some power wanted somebody who's powerful to be removed.
Yeah.
So maybe. So I can't be saying it, but yeah, even I've got threads from people who
actually were at fault.
Maybe, yeah. But then I never see. They all thought that aggressive Sreesanth who watches on TV. No, I'm not that person off field. I will fight for my rights, but I will not fight for no reason. And if there is na-insafi, I will fight. Otherwise, I'm genuinely happy for every individual who's doing well. Sometimes I see that in this generation that there's something called competition. That's what they say. There is too much of competition. I would love to share this with you and everybody that
go for it.
There is no competition. If you look at it, if you keep improving yourself, if you're good at something, there is no competition, because no matter how you compete, you are capable of certain things. Your desires might be few, but you deserve much better. But sometimes what you dream of is not what you're genuinely capable of. You might be much more capability will be there, but then you forget the fact that you have that power inside you. So don't worry about the competition. That will be taken care by itself. I think you just got to keep that routine check. Keep doing that work ethics right. Nothing is difficult, bro. Life is one of the most easiest and beautiful journey ever. I'm not talking this from a spiritual point of view. In my personal life, whatever tough times, good times, bad times, World Cup victories, lows, pressure situation. No. All this will make you the person who you are today. And I will never appreciate anybody who blames circumstance. Even I have done that when I was growing up. Blaming the selector, blaming the captain, blaming anybody and everybody except you. Don't even blame yourself. That is all. You are doing it to save the world. I am the best, but I was not given opportunity. No. Be so good at you, whatever you do. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.